your fake away is making fat loss a lot harder than it needs to be. What's fake away? This is actually a term that's quite new to me. It's actually, just say you've got a Big Mac and it's reproducing a Big Mac, but in a clean eating sense. It's a new sort of term that's come in popularity simply because coaches like myself need to sell you guys a dream. It's a complete false dream as well, because I'm here to sell you non-bullshit advice. I don't eat any of these fake away things. I just go and get the takeaway. And I just track simple, tasty, repeatable meals 90% of the time because they are so much simpler. And this video is going to hopefully shift you into more of that, I guess, labeling it as meathead bodybuilder meals. The reason behind that is because they are simple. It's not easier, it's simple. Simplicity allows things to be repeatable and measurable. And here's why. So, number one, the 500 calorie Big Mac problem. You've got this, brand new sort of recipe plan downloaded from your favorite influencer. Healthy Big Mac, healthy KFC, healthy this, healthy that. The problem is that you associate those names with the fast food and you're actually more likely to go and cheat from your diet. It sounds good on paper because you're like, oh, sweet, I can eat this clean junk food and still lose weight, which you can. It's completely possible. But I'm not talking about general weight loss. If you're on my channel, you're here to learn about how to look out like you train. And unfortunately, the more complexity that meals get, the harder it is to know what to change. You measure the oil. You start off, this is usually the first 4 to 8 weeks. You measure the oil, you mix your 4 sauces, and it fucking works. You start losing weight. But as you start to get on, you get a little bit lazy. You start just to eyeball that oil. A little bit more, doesn't matter. Your sauce portion gets a little bit bigger. You stop measuring that one thing. Oh, what does it matter? That fucking, it's a vegetable. It doesn't matter about tracking it. Now it's, all these ingredients, and you can't accurately track it consistently. You can accurately track it, but to do that consistently all the time, you're a human being, and I can tell you right now, as human beings, we are just lazy. So myself, I'm not going to do that, and I'll hold you accountable to see if you could actually do it for a long term as well. And then we just label it as a clean Big Mac, still having this idea of, okay, we can, eat sensibly, we can go out and have junk food all the time. No, dickhead, it is still just a Big Mac inspired meal. You've just given it this fitness halo of like, oh, it's got low fat calorie sauce and I use lean mince. It's the same shit, okay? Number 2, more variety equals you want to have more food more often, which is great. If you're in a build phase, you probably want to have a little bit more variety. But when you are trying to lose, we're going through to summer now, we're trying to lose fat. That sort of variety just like triggers all the things in your brain to want more of that thing. It actually really starts to make things a lot harder. When you eat simple meals, that does not mean bland. That does not mean fucking miserable. Simple means very less ingredients and it's tasty, okay? There's a study here, 37 human studies. Greater food variety was associated with greater food intake. Means they just wanted to eat more and more because guess what? It tastes good. That's why cheat meals and, going out for food is so good. There's lots of different ingredients in there. The best mix of all time, salt, sugar, and fat. Fuck, you can eat that forever, okay? We definitely need variety in nutrition, but we just don't need endless variety for every meal. It doesn't have to be a fucking event, We don't want to just go, oh, well, maybe these flavors of an ice cream. It's like more choice really makes it a lot harder, okay? And then this is why I push this for all my guys and girls. The keep it simple, tasty, repeatable model. Less choice, less decision fatigue. You get home, you know what you're fucking making. You know what's in the fridge. It's easier to track. It's easier to repeat. It's easier to adjust things when things aren't fucking working. I just take a little bit of rice out or adjust, that seasoning. It's not makes this huge array of like, okay, I've got 7+ ingredients. Which one do I need to take out? Oh, if I take that sauce out, it's not going to taste as good. It becomes too complex, okay? Again, another study here. Higher and lower intensity dietary self-monitoring can support weight loss. Okay, so this means that in a fat loss phase, we want to be nice and intense with it, but we don't want to have too much complexity. Okay, 12 out of 18 studies found a significant positive relationship between self-monitoring and weight loss. Okay, what that means is if we're tracking stuff, we're going to lose weight. But if it means it goes beyond that and the amount of self-monitoring that we have to do, of like eyeballing stuff and eating intuitively, you fucking lose it and you're not going to stick to it. So what I actually eat, I haven't even filled this in. I just used AI to help me gather my thoughts on this. I didn't draw this myself. But what I actually eat, I can rack it off. In the morning, I have corn thins and banana. Next, I have cream of rice. Next, I have a chicken and rice meal. Next, I have a mince and rice meal. Then I have some pasta for dinner, tuna pasta. And then I have some yogurt and berries. I haven't changed this in years, in months. I've just changed a little bit of the seasonings, changed how I cook things. And this is what I tell my clients. It's like, oh, I'm bored of chicken and rice. Well, have you tried putting the chicken on the barbecue? Have you put it in the air fryer? Have you tried the different cut of chicken? You've got calories. You can have thigh instead of breast. Have you tried this seasoning? Have you tried that seasoning? Are you using seasonings? All of this stuff is very important to keep things repeatable, because look, you may like romanticize like, oh, you know, I want to eat all this fucking food, but really just break down what you eat, like as far as takeaway is concerned. You know, if you have a chicken pizza, that is like chicken and rice on just bread. You know, it's the difference is that your mind creates such a much grander scheme of things than what it is to believe. And now this really happens quite a lot when you have got too much variety and every meal is you're wanting an event. Because then you get conditioned to that feeling, and it's like, oh, this is how I meant to be eating. If you want to look like you train, unfortunately you're not. You know, you want to be making sure that your things are tasty, simple, and repeatable. Okay, this is my example with my client Tom. He came from doing challenges and all that sort of stuff, where fake away stuff is running rampant. You know, fake KFC, fake Big Macs, blah blah blah. It just became overly complex for where he wanted to go. He wanted to really see what was capable as far as how lean he can get. We need to really simplify absolutely everything when we are going into that zone, so that the thought of limitation allows him to just focus on the things that are in front of him. If he has to focus on building this fucking giant burger thing every night, it ain't going to happen, especially when you're on low calories, okay? And especially like tracking it consistently, you're going to be all over it with the cheese and the sauces, okay? So why simple always wins? The same core meals, the same portions, the same ingredients, the same shopping, which means you're saving fucking money, and easy to measure, easy to adjust, and you save fucking time. So much time. You know, everyone's like, oh, I'm so busy. Everyone's fucking busy. So the easiest way that you can do this, backed up with a tailored program for your lifestyle, is make your life fucking simple. Not easier, simple. Because look, losing weight, looking like you train, it's all hard. The more simple that you can make it, the more successful you're going to be, okay? So look at this. So you got chicken and rice and veg. Take out 500 calories, you just take out a little bit of rice. Easy. Whereas on your fucking low-cal barbecue chicken burrito fuck bowl, what do you start with? If you take any of those ingredients out, the meal's going to taste like shit. So, okay, well now, oh, my meals are bland now. I'm not going to stick to it. Simple. Okay? Number 5, and this, I always rattle this off. Food doesn't create muscle, training does. You need to be making sure that you're training at a high intensity, especially in a fat loss phase, to maintain your muscle mass. It's very rare that you're building muscle in a fat loss phase unless you're taking PEDs, and even then, it's quite difficult. You need to be training hard. How you build the muscle is how you maintain it and how you keep it through a fat loss. The food supports that depending on what phase you are. If you're in a fat loss or you're in a deficit, okay? So your body's going to be looking to pull first from water, glycogen, and then we're getting into the fat stores, okay? So training hard allows the body to go, okay, this isn't still an important tissue. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to get my energy from fat. If you just let your fucking training dwindle, well, this is where you just end up as a skinny motherfucker. Okay, so building versus cutting, 2 different sort of diets, but also don't change your food. Your cutting and your building diet, exactly the same. You just manipulate the calories if you're eating simple, tasty, and repeatable meals. It's so easy. I haven't changed anything with my calories. My food. It dropped down to calories. I just removed a few little simple things. I think it was like dates on my corn thins, a little bit of rice taken out. Done. So easy. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to build out a whole new meal plan on MyFitnessPal. It's easy and ready to go. And when you're wanting to look like you train, anything simple, you will take it because you save time and it means you can put more effort into your training and fucking everything else in your life as well. So, you know, calories, when you're cutting calories, you measure this as far as, okay, I've got less energy coming in, my body's going to lose weight. If I'm training hard, it's going to pull from fat, okay? When you're building, you only need to come up to maintenance or a little bit above, and you just, unfortunately, just need time and you need to continue training hard. That is the simple, non-bullshit answer. You may go and find other sort of answers like that, but unfortunately, that is all circle back to the same thing. Calories out, you will lose weight. Calories in, you will gain weight. Now, it all comes back to training. When your calories are out and you're trying to cut up, if you're not training hard, you're just going to become skinny. Your body's going to use that muscle as energy. It's a high-yielding energy source for the body. It's going to use it. If we're building muscle, we still need to be training hard. Because again, we're going to use those resources to go into building muscle. You're not going to put on fat. Another thing that everyone sort of gets wrong here, your body doesn't reset at midnight. You remember, you've got a weekly calorie total here. So this is the important thing of like when you are going through, say, a fat loss phase, is like you can calorie bank. You know, here you've got blah, 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 and then on Saturday you can go and have a burger. Okay, so Monday he's dropped calories down by 200, back to normal here, dropped a little bit more here. You can do multiple different reasons, and then you have more calories here on the Saturday. Okay, so remember your weekly total. So just say you're eating 2,400 calories. That times 7 is your weekly total of calories. You can manipulate that how you see fit. What you don't want to manipulate is the macros, especially protein. Manipulate your fats and your carbs, and then that way from there you can build out and enjoy a meal on Saturday. You don't have to make a fucking burger every day. Eat the fucking burger. Monday to Friday, keep it simple, tasty, repeatable. Calorie bank if you are going to be going to an event. Fucking easy, okay? Then Saturday, enjoy yourself, okay? If you overindulge, well, there's pros and cons to everything. Were you mentally just like exhausted and you just needed everything, you know, just to have a little bit of a let loose, it's probably not going to do that much damage. Okay? What does damage is if after Saturday you go, fuck, I fucked up here. It's all over. I guess I'll just back it up with Sunday. Monday, I'm not going to check in with my coach and let them know what happened. And I'm going to sort of sit in my own filth for a little bit and churn. And then all of a sudden it all comes apart. Honesty is key. Honesty allows you to be coachable, allows you to get results. Honesty with yourself. If you go overboard on the Saturday, and you didn't calorie bank and do all that, guess what? You go, well, I fucked up here. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to ask my coach what I can do next time because I have a couple of events coming up. Boom. The plan changes. We can adapt. If I don't know, can't change it. Okay? So the science behind keeping simple, tasty, and repeatable. Meal planning is associated with better diet quality and lower odds of obesity. This is why tracking your shit is so important and why I try and get people off meal plans after 4 weeks. Because as soon as you put a lens and shine a light on the food that you're eating, you're going to eat better without even consciously knowing it. You're like, okay, well, I'm watching what I eat now, so now I actually have to watch what I eat. It just happens. It's very fucking strange, okay? Self-monitoring improves results. Means that if you know the data coming in and out and you can track it once a week and do your weekly prep on a Sunday, it's just easy. You don't have to think about it, okay? One less thing to think about means a simple life. Food variety can increase intake. This is more important if you're building, but if you are cutting, I would say here we want food simplicity, tasty. Reducing complexity reduces decision fatigue. There we go. Fantastic. Consistency builds habits. Habits are the foundation of long-term change. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why I say 90 days is all you need. In those 90 days, you will get results, but the biggest long-term results that you will get is habit change and routine change and that fucking feeling of you got this. That is the fundamental thing for doing this long term is a 90-day obsession, because then you'll go, wow, what does another 90 days look like? What does another 90 days look like? Really important here. So the bottom line here, simple, tasty, and repeatable, plus train fucking hard. Within 90 days, you will look like you train. It may be within that 90 days. If you've already got a substantial amount of muscle mass, which is, and you've just been struggling to sort of reveal that, absolutely. But if you're new to this, I can guarantee within 90 days you'll see results. I've got beginners on my team and they do this and they get results very, very quickly within 4 weeks. But within that 90 days, they have building out the long-term habits that in 9 years, they will really look like they train. Okay? So you want to stop asking, what's the perfect food to build muscle? Start asking, could I eat this way for the next 90 days while progressively training harder? That is really the number one question you want to ask yourself. Can I eat this way for the next 90 days? If you can, fucking do it. I will put almost a seal of approval of the fact that you will get results from doing that, okay? So if the answer is yes, you're a hell of a lot closer to looking like you train. If this is you want some help with this, you want to be held accountable, you've got some big fucking goals in mind, I've got a few boys and girls going through photo shoots. If that's you, you are who I want to work with. I love this shit. Seeing the change in you guys over my own training is fucking what I live for right now. So if that's you, I'll put a little fucking link in the description. Follow me on Instagram, all that fucking bullshit. And of course, if you like these autistic white screens, please consider subscribing. Goodbye.